Hello everyone. Today we are addressing a common issue that we might face when working with React Query. Right here, I have my web app open up at localhost 3000 and I have the console open also. So right now, as you can see, the app is working. We have the data fetched and displayed. Right now, what we want to do is we want to go to the backend and we want to create an error so that the user doesn't get the data. Right here, we have the backend. This is the function that handles fetching data from the database and then send it to the user. As you can see, there are a lot of if checks. And if each if check serves a different purpose, they would send the user a different error response with a different status code. And if, one of the checks didn't meet, of course. In case you're wondering what these app error is, it's just a constructor function that enforces the error message to look a certain way in a certain structure. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of the implementation on how a post is created and whatnot. Um, I'm just going to intentionally create an error here so we can show you what's happening. Boom. Okay. Yep. We're getting an error. In fact, we're getting redirected to the 404 page. As you can see on the right, we are getting the correct status code 403. That is exactly what we gave to the user. Now the problem is we are not getting the error message, right? React Query doesn't really just give you the error message on the go. Uh, so how do I get it? How do I get my error message so that I can display to the user? Well, what you need to do here is that you have to grab the error from. Let me show you this use post hook. This use post hook, it's just a regular use query hook from React Query. This is version v4, I think. And here we just grab the error. Let's see what we get. Okay, we get null. Oh, why we get null when we have an error message, but then it's null. Why is that happening? Well, it is because that we didn't specifically, even though React Query knows that there's an error, uh, unless we do something with the error, then it won't really give us any information about the error. So what we need to do here is between the get and then we specify a catch. We catch the error. Well, let's log the rest error. Then log the error that responds. Let's see what we get. Let's refresh and we see this. Okay, that's the object, and inside of it there's data. Inside of data there's this message thing. Oh, and there's this error object that we enforced. We don't have to care about that in this scenario. And okay, so let's just directly access, right? Error.response.data dot message, and what we get is message, of course. This post is scheduled and not ready for viewing. Okay, that's good, but we don't want to just log it to the console, right? How do I get the error message and then display it to the user? Well, there are various ways to do it, of course. One of which is to store it inside of a state, which it's not really on the flow that we want to go for here. What we want to do is actually um, save, essentially save this error message inside of this error here. And the way we do it is we simply promise, oops, we simply just promise our reject, and then we wrap this message inside of it, and then we return it. And once that happens, we refresh. Uh, Boom! You see, error. This post is scheduled and not ready for viewing. Now we can directly access the error message from here inside our component, which is great. This is exactly what we want. Now we can now we can do all kinds of stuff with this error message. That is great. That is how we do it. Uh, on a side note, right now this is just a regular React application using JavaScript. Things are going to change a little differently. If you are using TypeScript, let's see. Here, I have a mobile application opened up, sharing the same backend, but this is React Native, and it's using TypeScript. So same thing here. We are doing a promise.reject, and then we store the error message inside the error. But then with TypeScript with React query, the React query enforces the error here to be an error type or null, right? So error type is not string, right? So the way we do it is we check if an error exists, which it does, and if it exists, we just convert it to string, and then we display the error message in the text, and that's really it. That's the flow that we're going for. And yeah, thanks. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Bye bye.